Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Nikki LaRose. I'm a professional makeup artist of 18 years and I've done videos like this in the past, but I haven't done one in a hot minute. So in this video, I want to catch up to speed on some new additions that have made their way into my professional makeup artistry kit. So if you want to see exactly what those new additions are and why they made it into my pro kit, then keep watching. Okay, first thing I want to talk about actually is not makeup, but it's my makeup case. This is from the brand Etoile. Etoile, wow, if you don't know about Etoile, like they have the most unbelievable, luxurious, high quality makeup bags. So all sizes, this is like one of the biggest ones, I believe, if not the biggest one that they carry. I'll have this one linked in the description box in case you want to check it out. Now, unless you are a working makeup artist, there's no need for a bag of this size. This is quite heavy, I'm going to warn you. But granted, this is stuffed to the brim with most of my complexion products. Like majority of my complexion products are in this bag. And then on the top, you'll see, well, it's most of my most used eyeliners, lip liners, and brow products. Besides lip liners and eyeliners, I have my mascaras. I have loads and loads of RCMA complexion palettes. These are not new. They've been in my kit for a hot minute. But rather than deep diving on everything that's actually in this pro makeup bag, I'm just going to keep this pretty concise and just talk about the newest additions to the bag. Because I actually think it's more interesting to see the products that are new and noteworthy and so good that they actually made their way into the pro kit and they've taken out other products in its place. We're gonna kick things off with talking about the Danessa Myricks skin tint that made it into my pro kit. Now, I haven't had a skin tint in my professional makeup kit for at least 5 years. The last one that I remember carrying in my kit, and I had a few shades to choose from, and I specifically had the skin tint in my kit for campaign shoots that were like, they called for no makeup. So I've done a ton of those campaign shoots in my career, and skin tints are really a valuable product to have in your kit if you do a lot of work that is no makeup based. So whether it was like men's grooming or just a no makeup look or like a young youth look, skin tints were really handy for that. So the one that I kept in my kit years ago was the original one from Kosas. And if you remember, let me know in the comments below, but it had a black cap, a white container. It was ultra glowy, really sheer, but you could build it up and it just photographed beautiful. It was a really well done, really amazing product. So I haven't had one in my kit since. I've just kind of mixed products and sheared out foundations to get the same effect, but I do like having that kind of product in my professional working kit. So I just have 3 shades in the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin to start. And these were put in my kit primarily for the dry skin clients that I work with to this day and most often work with to this day. So with that being said, I have the shade 4.5, 6, and 3.5 in the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. This is so high performance, such beautiful coverage that just looks like fresh, juicy, glowy skin. I mean, it is such a well done skin tint that I had to make way for this in my pro kit, at least for 3 shades to start, because it's such a beautiful product. And let me just show you a little bit on my hand. And if you missed my skin tint video that I posted recently, you can check it out on my channel. It goes through all the skin tints that I recommend that are available at Sephora. So for oily skin types, oily with texture, dry skin, ones that have the most coverage, ones that are most universal. This was in that list as well. It's one of the best ones I've ever tried. Let me just show you a little bit of what this looks like. This is shade 6. It's creamy, buttery, long lasting, and just gives you the most stunning skin-like look. Now to me, this is most ideal for dry skin types. That's exactly who I put this in my kit for, is like, once again, my dry skin clients out there, which majority of the clients and the people I work with on a consistent basis have very dry skin. Now the next new addition has replaced all the other color correctors I had in my professional kit, except for one, which I'll get to in a second. So these just came out. They replaced my Huda Beauty color correctors, as well as one from Sephora collection that I loved for a really long time, and as well as another one from e.l.f. Cosmetics. But one from e.l.f. Cosmetics has still made its way and kept itself in this pro kit, and I'll get to that in a second. But these are the newest additions in terms of color correctors. So we have a mint, we have a violet, ochre, and my most used, which would be these 2 right here. This is orange and this is peach. Now, truth be told, I don't use color correctors on a regular basis or like every single time I do makeup on a client, but this is something you should definitely have in your professional kit at all times. So whether you're adjusting the undertone of a foundation, you're adjusting the undertone of a concealer, you're color correcting hyperpigmentation, redness, discoloration, anything like that, color correctors are absolutely a must for your professional kit. What I enjoy the most about these is how small and compact they are. They're not taking up a substantial amount of storage in my makeup kit that's already really, really unbelievably heavy. So the fact these are small and compact just absolutely speaks to my heart. And I'm so happy to have these in my pro kit, because when you think about it, the amount of product that you're going to use on a regular basis, even if you're color correcting, is tiny. Color adjusters and color correctors are meant to be used in small doses and small increments to slowly adjust the undertone and the pigment or the depth of whatever product you're using. So whether it's foundation or concealer, you never use a ton of color corrector or color adjusters when you're manipulating the shade or the undertone of a product. So having these small bad boys has been amazing. Now, the other two color adjusters slash correctors to fill the void of colors that were missing from that MAC collection are my e.l.f. blue one. This is like such an amazing, super duper cheap product. If you're a pro makeup artist, just get this small little blue guy, because you don't need a huge container or a huge amount of blue color adjuster or any of these color adjusters, because once again, you're using a really small amount. So this very affordable formula from e.l.f. Cosmetics is such a great blue color adjuster. And then for a white one, the one from Danessa Myricks is incredible, because you can use these all over. You can use this for mixing a custom lipstick, for mixing an eye color, for doing a white canvas for your eyes before eyeshadow, or you can mix this to lighten any foundation or concealer. So the white one from Danessa Myricks, I'll have all these linked, by the way. But those are my color correctors. The MAC ones are new additions, and I'm so happy, because also, side note, the ones I had in my kit for a long time were from Huda Beauty, and they always leaked. Always a leak somewhere, and I was cleaning them every single time, and the orange or the red would get on something else, and it was just kind of a nightmare to clean up. Also a new addition are these two eyeliners from Ravie Beauty. I just popped these in my kit because I had backups. The shade Drift and Umber are two of my favorite shades from Ravie Beauty. These are such great shades and such great undertones, and they are really long lasting. So it's exactly what I need in my kit, so it doesn't run or smudge when I'm applying this on a client, or especially if I'm doing a do and go and I can't touch them up. I need something that's going to stay put without smudging or running too much. So these are amazing. Those are a new addition. Everything else I've talked about in the past, you already know that I love the Urban Decay eyeliners, the Makeup by Mario eyeliners, as well as I have the killer eyeliners from Too Faced Cosmetics in black and brown. Those are also amazing eyeliners. Now, I've replaced a lot of the lip glosses that were in my pro kit. Lip glosses and mascaras are the ones that get replaced the most often and most frequently because of sanitation, expiration, and they just get kind of gunky and gross. And of course, mascara expires after 3 months. So if you're a pro makeup artist, mark or write the date that you put that mascara in your pro kit, so that way you know and you can keep track of when it's supposed to be expired and when it's due for a replacement. So just a little tip if you're a makeup artist. And then these are the ones I replaced a lot of lip glosses recently in my pro kit. These are from Lawless. I've loved these on myself for many years at this point. They're such a great formula. Most of my clients are pretty cool with lip plumper. In fact, they really enjoy it, and they find that this one is not irritating or burning or stinging, and they could handle it. But this gives a really great finish, a really great effect, a really great, like, actually plumped up look. And I usually use these best for lip toppers and not really on their own. So I have 3 new shades in my kit. I have Nudie, George, and Velvet, and these are so pretty on. Okay, now that is it in terms of newness in this pro kit. I'm going to slide this over and grab my other one. This other one's not as nearly aesthetically pleasing as the one from Etoile, but it serves a really big purpose, and it's really a lot more compact. So this one's from the brand Relevel. It's an Amazon brand. It's super duper affordable. This one has taken many a beating, so please don't judge it. So new additions in this pro kit are going to be the new Dior Forever Matte Pressed Powder. This is a nude matte filter powder. I use these primarily for like touch-ups. So if I'm on set with a client, if I'm doing touch-ups throughout the day, these make incredible touch-up powders, but they also make really good fine-tuning finishing powders. So after makeup application is done, after I've set them with a loose powder, I'll go in with a small detailing brush. I'll do more pinpoint powdering in certain areas I want to blur and like really smooth the look of any kind of fine lines or texture. But also these are amazing for oil control and oil absorption throughout the day. So if you have oilier skin, these are so good for on-the-go touch-ups and oil blotting. Now, on the other hand, I use these primarily, like I said, on my dry skin clients, because that's majority of the people that I work with in this industry are dry skin people. And this powder does not feel heavy or overly dry on their skin. There's never been a complaint about this powder. All you need is a really small amount on a small detailing brush, and it's thin and lightweight. But what this powder does that is so unique is it just gives this really soft, focused, filtered effect to your skin. It's also not the kind of powder that just looks really flat and not dimensional. This still looks like skin. It doesn't leave you with a flat, heavy, you know, one-dimensional powder look. Like it still keeps the overall like healthy glow to your skin while softly mattifying it and absorbing that excess shine or reducing the size or the look of pores or texture. Of course, every job is different, but what I love to use this powder for also is to set any kind of eye base. So whether it's concealer or like an eyeshadow primer, this is a really great product to use if you're a client or if you have more texture to your eyelids. This will give it more of a smooth appearance. So fantastic powder, highly, highly recommended. The only thing that's kind of a hiccup and kind of an issue is these are fragrance. So just gotta be careful of who you put it on. And if you're watching this at home and you're a makeup wearer and not a makeup artist, these are fragranced. Now I've talked about this product in the past, I believe just on social media, but these are a newer edition that are so good. These are the Glow Recipe PDRN Plus Repair and Soothe Toner Pads. So these are super duper hydrating. What I'll use these for is for under eye prep and like deep hydration for under eye prep. So typically I'll use the Skin Iceland eye patches. These are like a hydrogel firming deep puffing eye patch. I get these on Amazon, but for certain clients that need extra hydration under their eyes in particular, this is a really great first step to get your under eyes deeply, deeply hydrated and plumped up. So what I also do, this might sound excessive, is I'll put this on first. I'll do a couple other things in the meantime. I'll do a little bit of skin prep, like on their lips. I'll do the brows. Then I'll remove those after a couple minutes, and then I'll follow up with this once I get the eyeshadow going. But however you use them, they're just amazing for like deep, deep hydration for this under eye area. Also, the other thing I want to call out, I don't want to open this up on camera because it's a little bit messy and it's got a lot of liquid to it, but these cover up a huge portion of not only your under eye, but they will hit actually half your cheek. So if you have dry cheeks, or if your client has dry cheeks, you'll get not only a ton of moisture and hydration under the eyes, but also all around the bulk of your cheek, which is amazing. So that's a new addition that I'm loving. And let's talk about bronzers, because these bronzers from Hung Van Gogh are absolutely show-stoppingly perfection in your pro kit. The reason for that is because these are a cream to powder formula. So they go on creamy. They're great for dry skin, but they dry down to a more like subtle satin finish, and they dry down to the touch. So if you have a client or if you yourself is wearing this bronzer and you don't want your hair to stick to it throughout the day because it's creamy, you don't have to worry about with this formula, because this formula actually dries down to be dry to the touch, which is incredible. So no need to worry about over powdering it. It sets itself beautifully. The pigment is amazing. They are buttery. There's no patches with this formula, and they just blend out so quick and so easy with like minimal effort. Less is more with this product too, by the way. It is very pigmented, so you do not need a lot of this at all. Like I've wasted a ton of this on the top of my hand and I wish I hadn't, but I just scrape the top. I apply it to the top of my hand. I warm it up with like my N18 brush or even like an N17 or a 106 brush from BK Beauty. I'll thoroughly coat the brush, and then I'll go from top of the hand to the forehead, to the nose, to wherever I'm bronzing and sculpting. And it just blends in with zero effort. So incredible for efficiency, but also the colors that he launched are literally perfection. I have majority of them in my pro kit, but let me talk about what these actually replace, because I'm a cream bronzer connoisseur and I usually have tons in my professional kit, but I actually eliminated and removed my Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out cream bronzers to make room for these, and I have no regrets. They're just a phenomenal product. These dry down to the touch, whereas the Fenty Beauty ones stay a little bit more dewy, a little bit more glowy. But I wanted to update my kit and try something new. I've had those Fenty ones in my kit for years at this point, like literally years and years. So I replaced it with the Hung Van Gogh, and I'm absolutely loving this new change. Okay, another addition that was added, but only the small one because I'm still testing this out. This is the One Size Oil Sucker Liquid Blotting Paper Spray. I'm not a big fan or a big user at all of the oil blotting papers. I find that if you use too much pressure, you could really disrupt the makeup. Just my personal opinion as a makeup artist. I know a ton of people that use them and that swear by them. I've never enjoyed them. I've actually enjoyed using tissue, like actual tissue instead, because I find those to be less disruptive to the actual makeup. So when I'm blotting, I'll grab a tissue before I'll grab a blotting paper. So this really intrigued me. I've tried this a couple times. It does blot the excess oil. It's shocking how well this works, and it does not ruin your makeup in any way, shape, or form. Now, for the amount that I'm probably going to grab this and use this in my pro kit, I didn't feel like it was justifiable to put the big one in. So I'm so happy they have a mini one, because also if you're a makeup artist and you want this in your set bag, it's not going to take up a ton of room. Or if you're just using this on yourself and you're using it on the go for like on the go oil absorbing, having this small size for your bag is so handy. So new addition, super noteworthy and so worth picking up because this is so unbelievably well done. Okay, another new addition, and this is also a new launch as well. So this is something that came out very, very recently. Now I'm fully planning on deep potting this and just putting a little bit of this in my pro kit, because the amount of times I'm going to actually use this in my daily work is going to be very, very small and not very often. But it is good to have a powder like this on hand in your professional kit if you work with clients that have a lot of rosacea. They tend to flush easy. I've talked about this a lot on short form videos, but this is basically a green color correcting powder. So it's going to be a very subtle way to color correct redness or reduce the appearance of redness or reduce the appearance of rosy cheeks, whether it's on yourself or the models you're working with or the clients that you're working with. So this is the new one from Laura Mercier. Now I also have the one from Huda Beauty, but the Huda Beauty one contains quite a bit of fragrance. And if I'm going to choose between the two of them, I'm just going to go with the Laura Mercier because it's unfragranced and it's not going to bother the majority of the people that I'm putting this on. So this is the shade Mint. And again, I'm going to depot this. So I'll just have like a small little container. And the container will actually be this size. So this is what a deep potted powder looks like. This is from Deepot Chopra. She overhauled my kit previously last year, and I still have the powders that she depotted as well. So I'll be depotting this to keep just a small amount with me because, like I mentioned, I'm not going to be using this very often at all. When I'm using it, I'm only going to be using a very small amount just to color correct and color adjust visible surface redness on the people that I'm working with. All right, last product that is new and noteworthy that's made its way into my professional kit and also kicked out a ton of other palettes that I was schlepping around with me that I just did not need. So this is the Natasha Denona Eye Sculpt and Texture and Tone palette. This is the Dramatic palette. This is a gorgeous palette ranging from really beautiful shimmers in the center and super versatile mattes and transition shades on the top and bottom rows. Like this is a gorgeous, really well done palette that is extremely useful. So if you're a professional makeup artist, a palette like this is a palette that I'll grab primarily for like medium to deeper skin tones. Anyone fair to light, this is not the palette of choice. I'll usually grab like the Makeup by Mario Master Matte neutral palette over this one, but this one for medium to deep is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Okay. Now, one other addition that I forgot to talk about actually in this kit, let me bring this back around, hold on, is the addition of more shades of the Maxine's Revenge French Face Concealer in my professional kit. I actually have the entire range in my kit right now. So these are incredible for not only mixing into other foundations to get a different shade, to adjust the shade as well, which is actually my preferred way to color adjust a formula to either make it more warm, make it more cool. I usually like to mix in an actual foundation or concealer to do that kind of technique. It's just how my brain and my eyes trained. But back to the new edition, I now have all the shades available from Maxine's Revenge in my professional kit, and there are so many incredible undertones from this brand. This brand just got their undertones done and dialed in so unbelievably well. And these are, again, amazing to have in my kit because my kit is really customized a lot of the time for my more dry skin clients that I work with. So again, that being said, this is a fantastic formula if you have dry skin or if you're a makeup artist that works with a lot of dry skin or dry mature skin. I have a lot of dry mature clients, and this concealer is top notch. The way it spreads, the way it performs, the way it doesn't settle into a lot of fine lines and crease throughout the day. It stays really smooth and really flexible. And also this concealer in particular is incredible for all over coverage. So not just for under the eyes. So when I'm working with certain clients, I'll use 2 to 3 shades of just the Maxine's Revenge concealer alone and then put like their blush powder and everything else on top. But this is really one of the most versatile formulas I have in my kit and so ideal for more dry leaning or dry mature skin types. So happy to have the full range fully stocked in my pro kit. I feel super happy every time I open this up and I can see all the shades and all the undertones available at my fingertip. And that is the last newest addition that I want to talk about in this video. And if you love content based on my pro kit and what's in my pro kit and why, and you want to see more videos like this based on this topic, feel free to drop that in the comments below, request it, let me know specifically what you want to see next regarding my pro kit, and I'd be happy to film it for you. Additionally, if you have any other questions about these products, drop those in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little peek, a little glimpse as to what's new and noteworthy in the kits, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.